Good morning, participants. Good morning, participants. Welcome back to day 5, session 2. That is text to speech, speech to text, how to convert to text to speech, speech to text by Mr. P. Rajkumar, sir. I welcome you, sir, once again. Please take over the session, sir. Sir, are you there? Rajkumar, sir? Sir, am I audible? Rajkumar, sir, are you there?
Yes. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, sir, of course. Please take over the session, sir. Welcome you, sir. Sir, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Sir?
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You
Okay, sir.
proceed, sir.
So, okay. Thank you, Krishna, sir, for once again introducing me to the session. So, we'll start the session now. So, here in today's session, I would like to introduce some of the services offered by Watson, IBM Watson, and of course, they have lot of services are available, but on contrast, we are interested only in few of the services offered by this IBM, and the one is so here you can see IBM Watson. So this IBM Watson Assistant, here you can develop some applications like Google Assistants and chatbots, etc. using this IBM Watson Assistant. And another one is Discovery. So when you input hundreds of digital documents into the Watson Discovery, we'll get some good insights from the IBM Watson as a output. So this is especially from the concept of business applications, where entrepreneurs or enterprises, companies, such companies will be using this IBM Watson Discovery. And next, coming to natural language understanding, uh, somewhat related with our today's program, natural language processing. So here, it has so many internal concepts like performing, text analytics, and so on. And apart from that, so here, these are the two important things for which we are going to discuss today. That is IBM Watson, speech to text, and IBM text to speech. Here, in conjunction with the Node-RED, we are going to use this IBM Watson speech to text and IBM text to speech in our Node-RED, and we'll try to execute some examples. So in yesterday's session, uh, I requested all the participants to download and install Node-RED as well as create an account in the IBM. I hope a few of them at least they have been done with this work. Now, so here let me start the Node-RED first. Yes. So here, yesterday I told you how to create, how to start the Node-RED server. Simply by typing Node-RED, you can start the server. So it takes few seconds to come up. So here, apart from IBM, many companies are there who are offering the same service, like the one which you are going to discuss now, like the Microsoft from Azure and Google. They have their own AI engine, and Amazon Web Services, and so on like that. So here, as I'm working with this IBM Watson for over 3 years, I'm a little bit comfortable with the IBM Watson. So whichever you use, the same process will be there. First thing is you need to create an account in any of their offerings, like the Microsoft Azure or Google or Amazon Web Services. First thing is we need to create an account. So here they offer you free service up to a certain extent. If you use more than the offered services, the next thing is they will automatically charge for the things which you go beyond the usage. So in such cases, these companies, they will be asking for credit card details. So though you provide the credit card details, automatically they don't deduct anything unless you exceed the limit. So you do not worry about providing those details of your credit card. Then only the account will be created mostly. And from 28th November of this month, hereafter, even the old customers who have already created their identity in their particular services also need to provide credit card details. So here, fortunately, I didn't provide it, but now they may be asking. I received one mail regarding that, but need not worry about that, as I said. So here, now we'll start the Node-RED. Localhost 8080. So here localhost means I am executing on the local system. So it is 127.0.01, or you can use localhost directly as a string, followed by 1880 as the port number. So all the related nodes will be installed. So here the Watson nodes will not be loaded once you install this software. Only the thing is you need to bring them onto your palette with certain commands. Like for example, at the right side you can see the main menu. Go to the manage palette and check this tab, install tab, and type IBM Watson. So here you can see all the collection of related nodes related to Watson will be automatically will be installed. So here you can see this button has been disabled. That install button is disabled because I already installed those Node-RED Watson onto my palette. So this is the way you can bring any kind of related nodes onto your palette. So one more thing is thousands of this Node-RED now became a open source. So many computer scientists, people who are freelance programmers, developers, they are developing their new nodes where you can use the nodes directly into your existing system depending upon the context for which you are going to use. And you can find them in the, if you simply type newly developed nodes, Node-RED nodes, you can get thousands of such nodes. Whichever you are interested, simply mention that node and you can download. Many ways are there. You can import them using the import button also. So like the one I am going to show you. So you check on this import button. So here, uh, if you are unable to import them directly with the previous method, then what you can do is you can bring that JSON code onto this clipboard, and simply you can download them onto the palette as a current flow or a new flow. Simply you create the press the plus button on the menu of the Node-RED, then a new flow will be created. Directly you can import them onto the, paste them onto the system or workspace, we can call it as. So these are the two methods, but I followed the first one. So once again, I'm going to give you one small example. Basic nodes are there, like inject node. So as I said, simply if you click on that, it will carry a payload from the inject node to the next node as a, this will be the output. Once you press it, it will become an output to the, it gives some output. That output will become an input to the next node, like some linked list. And you can see the message payload. Whatever you want to display in the debug button, that you can see by selecting this debug window and even system console also. And see, I have selected system console, so you can see on the terminal also. And the next one is, see, I want to save the data onto a file called as node-red.txt. So which is placed on the desktop, and that the file will be overwritten. Many options are there. You can append to the existing file, overwrite the file, or delete the file. So these are the basic things required to create one node, a flow. That's why I'm trying to make you to practice this primary programs. So now, see, I'm going to change the context here. I want to give some other string. Hi folks, welcome to FDP at the Wagner College of Engineering. Of course, that is not there. Now I have done with the node. See, whenever you make any modification to a node, immediately that will not reflect in the workspace or in the Node-RED. The next thing is you have to deploy it to the server. So every time when you make a modification, you have to repeat this task. So many options are there. If you want to display, if you want to deploy all the flows which are on the workspace, you can do it by selecting this. This will be the default one, or you can select only the modified flows, only modified node, or you can also restart all the flows. Like that, so many options are there. It takes only a fraction of a second. When this small balloon will last, and it will show you the message it has successfully deployed. Now I want to see the content on the debug. So here, whatever I have written, that has been carried from this inject node to the payload node. So here I have wired together this connection. Another one is the same injection node is carrying the same message to the another node, which is a file in. So in the yesterday, day before yesterday, I have described all this in storage. You can see here in storage you have three such nodes. One is write file, read file, and watch. So write file is the one which I am using now. So whatever the content is coming from the previous node, that will be written or saved into a file which you mentioned there. And another option is reading from the file. So suppose a content is there, you can read that content from that file to and copy that content to another file also. So many ways, that depends upon the use cases. So these are the two storage nodes which we will be using in the next program. So now here you can see the debug window, the output. The same output you can see in the file node-red.txt. So this is the node-red.txt. Whatever the content have injected through the inject node, that has been even saved on the notepad permanently. Some text file, nothing than a text file. Okay, now if you examine this file node, see here you have to give the entire path where you want to save the details to any file, external file. Even one more thing is you can also save onto any databases also, but we need to import all such nodes into the palette so you can use them. Like for example, Oracle database, DB2 or any database, MySQL or whatever it is. So there some patchwork is required. You have to mention the entire path, user ID, password, all these things are required in order to access your database name, etc. So here we have in the actions, we have three types of actions. One is append to a file, overwrite the file, or delete the file. So here I'm selecting overwrite file. Every time the previous content will be lost and new content will be written onto the file. So, and moreover, if it has more than one line, then it will add new line to each payload. So how this happens is when you use this append to a file, then you have to select this one. Otherwise, this is not required. If this file does not exist, for example, node-red.txt, automatically this node will create one such text file for us, and you can do it like that. And the default encoding will be UTF-8, something like that. So no need to disturb that. Next thing, and we are done with the things. So like this, this is one sample program. Now coming to the next one. So here what I am trying to do is I'm trying to read the content from the node-red text which I have just created, and I want to display on the debug button. So here simply I have used a timestamp node, that is the first primary node, common node we call it as. So it is nothing but inject node only. If you don't mention anything, any label to this, by default it gives a name as timestamp. So here for example, I will change the name. Push me to read, something like that. So you can see the change has been reflected on the node as a label. So I made a change, so it is required to once again deploy this. So here node-red.txt, I will add some additional information on that. Yeah. this one. Subtext. So save it and close it and get back to the node, right? Now already deployed. I made a change to the external file, not to the nodes. So there is no need to deploy once again. So now I'm clicking on this push me to read. So here you can see this is the output. So this is the output written onto a debug window. It is nothing but a output window. At the same time, you can also monitor on the see this one command prompt also, or terminal we call it as. So now coming to the actual one, that is text file to speech. So here what I am trying to do is so I have written some content in node.txt, that is a file which I want to read this file and send that entire string onto the text to speech service of the IBM, and in response I will get a response from the IBM server, and that will be played using the play audio node. So this is a play audio node. See this one. This is the output node which I have selected this one, and this TTS is the node which I have retrieved from this IBM. TTS. Yes, this is the one I selected. So if you simply focus on that node, it will give us some information. What is the purpose of that particular node? So the text-to-speech service understand text and natural language to generate some synthesized audio output, complete with appropriate cadence and intonation. That means uh, here the thing is you need to select a kind of voice, male voice or female voice. Based on that, the speech will be given as the output. We'll see the what are the properties of this text to speech node. So many things are there. See here you can see I have given this as a TTS. By default it gives that name, and these are the credentials of my IBM account. So its username is this thing, some name rajmatrix2000@gmail.com, and password is hidden. API key is also hidden, but service endpoint. So here when you create your account and select particular service like text to speech, here a string will be generated for us, the URL will be generated. So here we have created one instance. That instance will have some ID. This ID will be unique for every user. The entire string has to be copied and pasted into this service point. Though somebody's copies from my presentation, still it won't work because already I'm hiding this password and API key, which is not visible. And this service point is nothing but at the server side of the IBM, we have a artificial intelligent service. It is a huge network of cluster of computers, maybe thousands of computers and 10,000s of beyond 10,000s of processors, which are busy in processing the user requests. So many, as I said, it has given so many services. All the services will be served 24/7. So here this service endpoint URL works as a identity for your service. So when we send this request to the IBM server, here the IBM server will identify us that who we are, which user. So this person is XYZ. Password is matched API key is also matched. It is like a ticket which gives entry into the IBM server. At the same time, the service point also must match because many services are there. Every service will generate one unique identity for us. Here it has generated this URL, and once this URL is matched, automatically it will enroute you to that particular service. And whatever the data you are sending, some text annotation, that will be sent to the server, and the processing will be done by the server. And in response, it will send us again a file which will be of wave format. So you can change that wave format to any sound types. So here, like MIDI or wave, so many options are there. I will show you. Now coming to the next one, many languages are there. Here we have the option. You can choose UK English or US English. Especially these two are comfortable with us because we are using only English language. Other languages, other countries, they will be using different languages. So if you try to use that, I have not even tested that one, but right now I have chosen UK English as the main theme. Next, here some voices are already chosen by them. By default, I've chosen this one, Charlotte V3, or you can use any other things. So in the second one, second run, I will show you how to do this. And here format, many formats are there like MP3, MPEG, WebM, Basic, Flag, OGG. So we are already aware of this Windows Wave format. So I'm using that. I've chosen that one. And also, once we receive that, that will be placed as a output on the message payload also. So you can see on the debug button also, it's the same content. So this is all about this text to speech node. I didn't make any changes. Now we have to retrieve this four things. Suppose the username, the name which will be given by us, and the password that will you have to memorize secret, and API key is also secret key, followed by the service endpoint. So these first two, username and password, must be supplied by you. When you create your account in your IBM, the same two things you have to memorize, write somewhere on your some book or somewhere like that. Next thing is API key and service endpoint. This will be generated by the IBM. Now we shall step into the IBM now. Yes. So you can reach out like this, IBM. You can choose any IBM location. Later you can change that location to India in later stages. No problem. Now here you can see user ID and password. Yesterday I told you how to create your account in the IBM. Always you have to choose My IBM. So this is the one which I have already with IBM. Otherwise, if you are new to this IBM, you have to create an IBM ID. So after this login button, you can see if you don't have an account, create an IBM account. Everything goes well, but when you are trying for a service like the TTS service or speech to text or text to speech service or any other Watson services, then it will ask you to provide this credit card details. So automatically it won't cut anything, but if you exceed your limit in any way by mistake or by intentionally, and one more thing is you have to agree all the conditions that it is especially used for personal purpose, not a commercial purpose. If they have such a systems that if you are using it in a commercial way, they will come to know that, and they will definitely cut that required amount from your credit card. So once you create your account, automatically they will put some $200 in your account as a welcome gift. Okay. Now coming to the password. So during the process of account creation only, this user ID and password should be given. Later you have to memorize them in your way which you are comfortable. So this is taking me to the my IBM, my account. See here, if you want to stay on United States, simply click on that, or it will take you to some other region. No problem. So see, these are the things you can see, and here you have all product, solution, consulting, etc. And if you click on that, you can change your profile by clicking on that profile, and billing also from free offering to commercial purpose. When you are shifting from uh, learning uh, learning curve to earning curve, then we need to go for this billing. And another one is login button. So here, so already I'm associated with that. I have a count with that. So I want to see all my services. So I'm launching my IBM Cloud. First, it was called as Bluemix, but as it has evolved, it has given so many names so that Bluemix has changed. So Bluemix is the name given to their cloud computing. So this is the dashboard. It will land you onto the dashboard. So whenever you want to create any resource, for example, these are the different offerings from the IBM, and whichever you want, then you can choose that particular service, like the visual recognition, like face recognition, etc., object recognition. Then you have to choose this one. Otherwise, you can for business purpose, business solutions, this one, like that, so many are available. So I'm interested only in yesterday, day before, yesterday itself, madam has shown you this Watson machine for machine learning. So like that, you can see so many services offered by IBM. So so these are the resource list. I have not used any of the resources because I have limitations in using them. So this is the one which you are interested now. So already I created these three services: speech to text, text to speech, and Watson Assistant. I will show you this last one after mere completion of this session. So here, when as a new user, always you need to select this create resource, because already uh, I have no option, because once if I create another resource, automatically they will charge money from my account, which I have to specify through credit card. So going for this text to speech. So here, if you are a new user, first you need to read all these tutorials already available, as well as this API reference. And once you go to this service, text to speech, it is a version 6, we call it as X6. So here you can see these are the important credentials. One is the API key, another one is the URL. So previous to this one, I show you this Node-RED Watson text to speech node. I've shown you the properties. In the properties box, we have seen this ID, instant ID of my application, and another one is the API key. So once you click on that, it will copy, and you have to copy and paste in the Node-RED. So see this one. I will open this one. Type the any name you can give, TTS, I have given text to speech. Now followed by my mail ID, password, API key, which I have just shown you. This is the API key to be copied and pasted onto the API key of the Node-RED. Next thing is service point. So same way, this is the URL. You have to copy and paste it on the endpoint, service endpoint text field. And as I said, the same things you have to change whichever language you like, and voice of certain persons, pre-recorded voices will be there, voice recognition, and wave format. Even if you are interested, if you have a good what you call it as voice, then we can yes, we can train the system to learn your voice also. So like that, they will give some text, some 10 to 15 lines with different words. So once you read that one, that will be recorded into their system, and hereafter you can use your own voice for as an output. So this is all about the text to speech node. Now we'll see the working model. I'm clearing all the messages. So in the Node-RED, we have a text file, that is node-RED.txt. So just I'm making some changes. Excuse me. Okay. Now I'm clicking on the inject node, that is the timestamp node. Now you can listen some voice. So here,
Hi folks, welcome to ETL FDP last day session with Devi College of Engineering. Hello friends, I am presenting Node-RED.
so this is the one, just it has read now.
Hi folks, welcome to ETL FDP last day session with Devi College of Engineering. Hello friends, I am presenting Node-RED.
See, in this text, I'm not using any commas or full stops. That's why it was continuous. Even if you put this things, grammatical things, then it will read according to that. So this is about the text to speech. Like that, you can give any length of text file. It will keep on reading for us. Okay. Any questions so far?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes,
Sir, I want to ask how you have created this text-to-speech service in IBM Watson.
yes, madam. You have to go to the services. So here I will show you once again. I'm taking you to the previous page. So, madam, here you can see one blue button, create resource. So just click on it. It will give the catalog. From the catalog, you select the one which you are interested in. You can check here also. Yeah, text to speech. In the catalog, you have to select this one and you have to create the resource. So here you have to fill all the related things, and here you have 10,000 characters per month, which the pricing is free, but if we go beyond that, we need to pay money for that one. So you can see all the prices like $5,000 for instance, and so on. Once we exceed our limit, so in learning stage, we need not pay anything. Yes. Did I cleared your query, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Like that,
And
you can, yes, ma'am. That way you can create any number of services, but at the most it will give us only 3 services free of cost. If we want to go beyond that, we need to pay and use as a cloud service. Okay.
sir, what
Yes.
about the service endpoint? The service
Yes.
endpoint.
Endpoint is nothing but the server will receive these values from the Node-RED and identify you uniquely that you are the user, registered user. And what it will do is it will navigate to the text-to-speech engine of the a bulk of servers will be there, AI servers. It will it will act like a channel to which channel you had this data has to be sent to, like. Okay, so that will be available here only. Oh, can you come again, madam? You where you want to copy it from and where to copy, or what its job is? Oh,
So
can
you
you?
have you have copied this service endpoint in this
IBM.
IBM, yes, sir.
Yes, and I copied onto the Node-RED.
Node-RED is.
Yes, here I have chosen this. See, you can see at the left side some palette of nodes are there, isn't it? Text to speech of the Watson. So this is from Watson, IBM Watson. I have imported them. From that, I have chosen this one, text to speech, and I have lined up with the remaining nodes. So when you click on this text to speech node, so you can see all these properties. Once again, I'm telling you, you can name this as any name, and username is fixed one. Whatever name you have given in the identity creation of IBM, the same name you have to give, followed by the password, which you are given in the IBM. And these two values you will get from that particular service which you have created. One is the API key, another one is the URL. Here we call it as service point. There it is saying as a URL. So I will show you once again this one. Text to speech. See, when you click, once you create that service, after the creation is over, then if you click on that service, it will take you to this, the one which you have created. And here you can see credentials. Under credentials, one is the API key, another one is the URL. This URL is the one you have to copy and paste in the Node-RED's service endpoint. Both will be same. So the last one is the ID of my service. It is named like this. Some unique ID will be generated for each service, for each user. Everything will not be same. And the same thing, I have copied it from this, my IBM Watson services credentials. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Now, this is one service. And the other one we'll see. Yes. Okay. So here you can see a setup of 4 nodes. One is the microphone node. From the dashboard, no, not this one, right? Yeah. Yes. From input set of options, you can see in the palette, I have selected this microphone. This is the one, a simple microphone node to record audio directly from the web browser. So there are other mics also, but you are supposed to use a physical mic like that. And here one more thing is also there for the dashboard. Suppose if you create a dashboard like the one, you can, or a control panel like that, then you can use in that context this microphone. But we have to be careful while using this microphone. So you have to select it from the input one, which is supported in the browser, because this Node-RED is executing in the web browser. Because of that, we are supposed to select this microphone. So here how it is going to work is, once I click on this, it will start recording. Once again, if I press it, this button, automatically it will send this text file, recorded file, wave file to the IBM. Here this time I'm choosing speech to text, another service. So from here the wave file will be processed and the same content will be displayed on the debug window or output window, and followed by the one more text file that is called as watson.txt. So here regarding the speech recognition, there is a problem because around the world, many people are there, many languages will be speaking with a different accent. So Americans will be pronouncing a different way, Indians will be pronouncing in a different way, same way. So UK people will be pronounce the same word in a different way. Because of that, sometimes the words which you speak here, sometimes it may not receive properly. So there is one small problem with the speech to text. Otherwise, we have to train our system for performing this job, speech to text. We have such options on IBM Watson. So here, this is ordinary microphone. Need not make any changes here. Simply drag and drop in the workspace and connect this, bring this speech to text from the uh, IBM Watson. So here I want to collapse them. Yes, we can see list of notes. Previously, I have used text to speech. Now, I am going to use speech to text. See, if you focus on that particular node, you can read the content or some help like the speech to text converts the human voice into some written words. This service uses machine intelligence to combine information about grammar and language structure with knowledge of the composition of the audio signal to generate a more accurate transcription. So here, mostly in US or some other countries, in hospitals or doctors, what they do is they will be practicing one thing. They don't write anything on the paper. Simply, they will record the voice, and the recorded voice has to be that is called as transcript. So human beings used to rewrite them. Some 15 years back, we have seen such jobs in the market. People were hired for doing this transcription job. We call it as medical transcription job. So slowly, it has replaced human beings with the machines. So doctors will be speaking through the voice. Automatically, a text file will be generated. So sometimes technology, it will be helping the human beings. We don't know, in some other way they will be harming the human beings. So once they lost their job, maybe everyone who lost their jobs may not get into the job again. So that is one more side of these technologies. Even help centers also, such things will be taking place in the near future. Most of the helplines will be replaced with these kind of machines, speech to text or text to speech. Already we have so many assistants, a Google Assistant we have, or chatbots we have, which mimic very similar to human beings. So like that it is replacing now. Okay, now we'll go into the implementation part of our program. So here, same way. Again, if you click on that, same credentials it will ask. So name, you can give any name, or username is as usual, password also, and for API key, again I had to go to my services account and look into the credentials and copy and paste this API key as well as service endpoint or URL. I will show you that. Next thing is language. Here, whatever language I speak, that language only we have to choose. Suppose if you choose other than US English or UK English, if you go for any other language, then you'll get all wrong results. So mostly we are following US English. That's why I have chosen this as a default language. Maybe, and someday Indian English also may come. Okay. Next one is, as I'm using bandwidth of broadband, so the quality will be treated as broadband model or narrow band model. If you are using 2G technology and trying to broadcast these messages, then we need to select this narrow band model. So the transmission will be a little bit slow. The multimedia telephone line or some other short form, I don't know about that. I'm not aware of that. Okay, these are optional things. Maximum alternative scripts, keywords are again optional. So here I've chosen few things: word confidence, and the threshold value will be 0.5 matching, and place out output on the message dot payload. That means you'll see in the output. And here I am disabling audio format pre-check. So by it will receive our voice through their default format. No need to use that one. If it is a streaming mode, for example, a person is keep on giving a speech for 1 hour or 2 hours like that, that entire speech can be collected into a text file using this streaming mode. So here, when we use this streaming mode, we need to have a broadband connection with a very good bandwidth. Then only the connection will be continuous, because I will show you always when I send some text from my voice to the IBM server, it will be always discrete. So if you want to have a dedicated connection between IBM and your application, then we need to use this streaming mode. That is one example. So here at the IBM Watson service, this one is the text to speech. Now I'll go back to my resource list which I created. Here you can see text to speech I have completed. Now I have to select the speech to text. It is located somewhere in California, that particular server. So here also the same method we have to follow, and go to the credentials part, and again check this API key. Simply if you click on this, it will be copied, and here you can see URL also need to be copied. So one by one you have to perform this task. First you copy this, paste in the node. So here you have to copy API key, and the next one is service endpoint. So here they are calling it as a URL, but it is the service endpoint of the IBM. So because it has to uniquely identify from which user this data is incoming from. So for that purpose, we use this URL. So it will be channelized. Actually, the workflow will be channelized at the IBM's center, and it is a very complex network. Even we do not understand how complex it is. So we are not bothered about that, what is happening behind the walls of this cloud. So we simply use this service and pay as you go. That is the motto of cloud computing. Unless we actually exceed the limits, we are supposed to pay the money for that. Okay, now, so I have done this with the copying, pasting of this API key as well as service endpoint, and I have chosen all these options, and finally I have done. See, I'm not going to disturb these things, because at the last minute, if I'm unable to demonstrate this, then it will be a huge problem for me. So directly I'm executing now. So click on this microphone and you can start speaking. Hello. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So once you click on this, automatically the entire file which is collected at the microphone node will be sent on to the IBM cloud. There the processing will be done, and it will be displaying on the debug window of this particular button. And at the bottom you can see I'm also trying to save this as a text file in the watson.txt. So okay, so once also has been recorded. Where is, yes, this is the file. So whatever is you have spoken, the same things has been saved on the this notepad, some text file as a text file. Okay, any question from the audience? So here there are many use cases depending upon type of the project we are going on. You can use them. See, actually, if you want to make any system like using artificial intelligence, say for example, like the Google Assistant, if you speak something, it has to speak to us in response to what we ask a question. Same way, we are trying to develop such kind of system in our college, and if anybody want to collaborate, they are very much welcomed. So already we are in the process. Already I have created one Watson assistant. uh, I will put that in the message box. So this is not a full version, just it is evolving with only few things are there. If you wish, it also wishes us. If you want, it will give some options like if you want to see a joke, you can click on that joke like this. See, uh, you can see this one as the output once you click on the link. Just it is evolving. This is at the primary stage, which I am trying to. We are trying to make it a full-fledged system very soon. Here, it is interacting with us using only a text. For example, if I click on this jokes, you can view this on the mobile phone also if you copy that. So like that, every time it will give some new joke to the person who requests a joke, and it will be always a different one. So like that, you can go choose this health system also, health option. So it will give you so many things like COVID-19. For example, I have chosen COVID-19 till some details. So this depends upon what information you supply to the assistant. See here, I will type some other message like hi. It giving response like good day to you like that. Next one is if you use any tough language, maybe I might have not written the context for this one. So like that, it will be giving us some responses. Uh, I hate you. So it will be giving some response like that. Actually, it is one of the part of Watson assistant. So I want to bring this because a lot of work is required to make it a full-fledged one. Here we are seeing with text to text only, but I want to uh, convert this to speech to text, text to speech using the node concept and all that. So these are some of the things which I have shown you. Uh, Audience, please, if you have any questions regarding the Node-RED, whatever you have seen, you please ask me some questions if you have any. Yes. Here you can find that how to develop a chatbot. I will show you that. Go to the resource list. So when you want to create any new resource, always you have to choose this option, create resource, click on it, and it will ask you to enter the details which I have shown you earlier. So I have this trying for this Watson assistant for restaurant. The coding will be like this. Okay. I made it with another account. Maybe it is not reflecting in the this workspace. Okay. So any questions from the audience? So here we have many service providers. I don't say that only IBM will serve the purpose. We can try other AI service providers also. Simply if you type that, so like this, so many companies are there. Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud Platform, IBM Cloud, which we are using just now, Azure, Alibaba, and so on. So you can find lot of other different sites. So here, Amazon Web Services also is offering this free AI services. So whichever company you choose, first thing is we need to create an account. So in that IBM, they ask to create IBM account. If you want here, you have to create a AWS account and check the products which are available. If it is a machine learning, go for machine learning, so on. You can create like day before yesterday, maybe Madam has given from SmartBridge on sample application how to create a machine learning application using AWS. Like that, we have Google also. Google have a TensorFlow. So same here also we have uh, text to speech and speech to text options. 60 minutes per month, free, 1 hour. Once if you go beyond that, you need to pay money for that one. So any questions from the audience? Like that we have Azure also. Or Google AI. So only the thing is you need to create an account and use those credentials in your application, and you can go ahead. So here we are using Node-RED as the tool for developing this text-to-speech and speech-to-text engines. Here you can use Python program also and use those credentials, and you can go ahead with that kind of applications also. Don't say that it can be only used in Node-RED. We can use them in any language also. Even Java also supports these kind of applications. Oh, Krishna sir? So here you can develop using Google also. Already we have account with Google, like you might have created your account. So using those credentials only you can access the remaining things. For training models, you can use TensorFlow, Collaboratory, Collab on browser-based using Jupyter Notebook, etc. If you are unable to install Jupyter on your existing system, you can directly use this online laboratory called as Collab, open source. Thousands of data sets are available. Google's AI video.
Sekarang pegaram maya pegaram saya ఒక సంవత్సరం తర్వాత
So I want to show one video related to at what level AI is progressing. Unfortunately, some advertisement is coming in. So I'll try an offline and I will try to show it once again. Krishna sir, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So shall we conclude this session?
Yes, yes, sir. Any queries from participants, please? So that we can conclude, sir. Any queries from participants, please?
I will come back within 1 minute.
Yeah, okay, sir. Okay, okay.
Meantime, they can ask any queries.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, yes. Of course. Any queries from participants, please? Yeah, participants, please note down the points for afternoon session. So you need to join valedictory by 2:50 p.m. today. We have valedictory followed by feedback as well as test. So test link will be posted in Google Meet chat box link. That is in between 3 to 3:40. In between 3 p.m. to 3:40 p.m. In between this time, you can find the test link in chat box. Please join on time. Yeah. Any queries from participants side? Please, sir is ready to answer. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Sir handled different ransom sessions actually. IoT devices and Raspberry Pi. That is also hands-on. IoT with cloud, sir handled as well as Node-RED installation. Node-RED with Raspberry Pi hands-on. Sir already excellently handled. And sir also handled account creation, token generation using token in Node-RED. That is also hands-on handled by Mr. P. Rajkumar sir. And today, sir handled Node-RED with Watson. That is text to speech, speech to text. Excellent sessions we had, sir. Actually, we are very much thankful to you, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us for 5 days and some session. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Krishna sir, and the audience for their kind support. If you spare just 2 minutes, you can watch this video. Most people might
Yeah,
have watched. Just it is a advanced level of AI. Just I want to show a small video related to this artificial intelligence.
sure, sir. Proceed.
Stay between 10 and noon. What happens is the Google Assistant makes the call seamlessly in the background for you. So what you're going to hear is the Google Assistant actually calling a real salon to schedule the appointment for you. Let's listen.
So how can I help you? Hi, I'm calling to book a women's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd. Sure, give me 1 second. Sure, what time are you looking for around? At 12 p.m. We do not have a 12 p.m. available. The closest we have to that is a 1:15. Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m.? Depending on what service she would like. What service is she looking for? Just a woman's haircut for now? Okay, we have it 10 o'clock. 10 a.m. is fine. Okay, what's her first name? The first name is Lisa. Okay, perfect. So I will see Lisa at 10 o'clock on May 3rd. Okay, great. Thanks, great. Have a great day. Bye.
That was a real call you just heard. The amazing thing is the assistant can actually understand the nuances of conversation. We've been working on this technology for many years. It's called Google Duplex. It brings together all our investments over the years in natural language understanding, deep learning, text-to-speech. By the way, when we are done, the assistant can give you a confirmation notification saying your appointment has been taken care of. Let me give you another example. Let's say you want to call a restaurant, but maybe it's a small restaurant which is not easily available to book online. The call actually goes a bit differently than expected. So take a listen.
See how may I hear you?
Hi, I'd like to reserve a table for Wednesday the 7th.
For 7 people?
It's for 4 people.
4 people with today, night?
Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Oh, actually, we reserve for like after like 5 people. For 4 people, you can come.
How long is the wait usually to be seated?
For when tomorrow or weekday or?
For next Wednesday, the 7th.
Oh no, it's not too busy. You can come for 4 people, okay?
Oh, I gotcha. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Again, that was a real call. We have many of these examples where the calls
Okay, such kind of videos really give a lot of inspiration to us to go ahead with such kind of application, at least up to some extent, at least from text to text, at least using our own assistant that we are trying for from our side. If any people want to collaborate in such a way, they are most welcomed. We have a very good research facility in our college, so we can collaborate each other and we can go ahead for the future research. Thank you one and all, and I thank Dr. Krishna, the coordinator for this entire sessions and for this FDP, and I congratulate him for taking this FDP to a new level. Thank you, sir, and thank you, the head of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, as well as the principal and all the stakeholders of this entire FDP. Thank you all. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your valuable time. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, participants, please join by 2:50 p.m. That is very, very important. The test link is there. You need to attempt the test, then only you'll get a certificate. You need, procedure to get certificate is you need to attempt a test by Google form will share in chat box, and another one feedback you should give, that is also through Google form here, and one more feedback that is from Atal portal. You need to log in through Atal portal and give their feedback. So after that only you'll get certificate. After 24 hours after giving the feedback in Atal portal, after that you'll get certificate. After 24 hours you'll get certificate. That is the procedure to download the certificate. Okay. Participants, please join the valedictory function by 2:50 p.m. afternoon. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you all.